having all this trouble this morning. I don't know what in the world's happening right now. Alright, I think we just got a bigger lag than normal between the stream and what's actually on my screen. It's usually pretty long. I think it's just longer today. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to try and keep an eye on it a little bit better. If it starts buffering again, let me know, and I'll see if I can change some more things around. But hopefully this works. Hopefully it works and we can find an opponent. The stream looks like it's going a little bit better. My phone doesn't look like it's lagging too much. There's just about a 30-second delay instead of like a 15-second delay between what's on my screen and the stream that I'm seeing. So if I take a while to respond, if you have anything in the comments, then that's why. But it looks like it's not buffering nearly as badly, and hopefully my the lag on my phone isn't bad either. It doesn't make for a very entertaining morning when half the stream's spent mucking around trying to just get the thing to work. I'm surprised that he's doing this with that kind of crosswind, but that's a beauty of a shot. What a drive. Wow, that's an impressive drive from our opponent. Really nice, showing off that equipment. Should I try and duplicate it? Nah, I'm just going to lay up for the rough bump here. We're going to go 7.5 ring adjustment here and offset the crosswind just a touch. Maybe we should still be alright there. The internet bill's paid. I'm not sure what the deal is. Yeah. So we've got Spectrum here, and there are two different Wi-Fi channels, and so I switched. I have the one that automatically comes on, and then the backup one. So I switched to the backup one in hopes that that one will be a little bit smoother for the stream and for my phone. And so far, so good. Whatever was going, the other one's faster, but it just sometimes the signal, it gets eaten up by, like, I'm pretty sure my laptop's on that one right now, and the signal just kind of, with my laptops, it just sometimes it just drops in and out on me. So hopefully using the backup one on my phone and then the other one on put my laptop on the main one should hopefully figure it out. We're going to offset this one deep, plus 35 at a max. Add 4, remember, play it as like a 19 at max, so like 10 and 11 maybe, with some right curl to get around that branch that just got in our way. And a terrible great right as the lag returns. lovely. Just can't get anything going. One of those mornings. I had my coffee, but the internet did not. I thought Ozark, yeah. Yeah, I haven't been down the Lake of the Ozark in a couple years now. It's pretty popular. It really is a pretty popular destination for folks in St. Louis and Kansas City. It'll be packed this weekend since it's a holiday. It's fun if you like boating, being on a lake. It's fun if you have a boat that you can cruise around to all the different bars and stuff. It really is a good time. Yeah, that's the exact thing I was talking about, Michael. Yeah, MBS. It's wild. Yeah, the 5G one, just for whatever reason, just likes to. Holy smokes, what a tailwind this is! The 5G one just likes to give out randomly, and its signal doesn't go anywhere near as far. I'm gonna play this one well out to the right and just use the just to give me some extra room. Just use some curl. Plus, geez, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go like 15, like 16. Gotta hurry. Great left. Oh, I forgot to curl it too, so the great left will help. Oof, that's gonna be poor, very poor. I completely forgot to put the curl on. I got in a hurry and screwed it up. Ugh. Not a good start. Started the other stream off with burying a thorn. Nothing here. Let's see what our opponent does. Yeah, they're playing it out to the right as well. Well, not as far as I did. Yeah, I definitely needed. Sucks to misplay one so badly. That much tailwind's crazy. I don't think I've ever had that much tailwind on this hole. And he remembered to put curl on, so that's good. We're seeing a good stuff from our opponent here. He had a massive drive and remembered what to actually do in the shootout as well. Oof. Anyone who logs in taps into the 5G and it drops the signal. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really understand how it all works, but that's my understanding as well. The 5G is faster, but the signal isn't as good, and it kind of just goes crazy sometimes. So my brother's a tech guy. Better, yeah. It's you don't mind lag as much in tour play. You'd rather it not happen, and I would like to make sure that I get it figured out, because I would like to stream on Monday, stream the qualifying rounds. Just do that instead of putting up the guides like I usually do. That way I can just talk about everything live, and because putting the video guides together is way more time consuming than just if I were to stream it all. So hopefully I get it figured out and can stream. But if I'm encountering the lag on my phone like I am, then that's not going to be doable, because the needle lag is just too much to be able to try and overcome. So we'll see how it goes. See what we decide to do. All right. This is the one we just buried. I don't think we'll be able to get a short iron for our second shot, though, with this amount of tailwind. Or a headwind, rather. That wasn't needle lag there. That was just me being over aggressive. Hopefully we still find the fairway. Yeah, we're okay. We're just going to have to play the long iron. Hey Johnny, I saw some of your stream yesterday. I wasn't able to jump into the chat, but I saw you were on there. Sheepdog, welcome. You want me to call you Sheepdog or it's Jacob, right? Jake. I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry. I recognize your picture. I know we've talked, but I see you in the stream as Sheepdog all the time, and I can't remember. See, I don't mind when the lag comes when it's in the middle of their shot. That's not so bad. You can do that all day long. Hopefully, it just knocks off for my shot. Come on. Let's go. All right, so, this is going to be a tricky adjustment with this kind of wind. You kind of want to catch it right here because that downslope will kill it. It's going to be like a medium. Yeah, we're going to go like 6, but then push this forward about a half a ring. Great left. Ugh. We'll be okay. Just not what we wanted. That's one that you make, I mean, rarely. If you've got a long iron with better backspin, yeah, he's set up. He's got a bag with a Saturn in it just for this reason. He'll have a better look at it than I did. Yeah. Thanks, David. Yeah. Trying to keep it quiet so I don't get flagged for stuff. We talked about that on a different stream. Not, I'm pretty sure that there are YouTube rules against it, but I don't play it on the same device that I'm playing the game on. I cast it to cast my station to the TV in the background, just kind of keep it quiet, and it doesn't get flagged. So hopefully it keeps not getting flagged. Oh my God, not really sure why he was trying to play that shot, to be honest with you. With that Saturn on there, he should have been aiming about the same spot that I was and just hit full backspin, I would think, and bounce off that hill. Because now he's got a rough iron to go. Justin, yeah. I was thinking Jared or Jake, and it's just Justin, right? Yeah, gotcha. Okay. I knew it was a J. I was close. My wife thinks it's hilarious how bad I am with names. Like, she has to introduce me to people multiple times. She used to be a bartender, and we were down at her bar last night. Her friend was working last night, so we went up there to get dinner and a couple drinks, and it's funny because, she introduces me to all her old regulars up there, and I know most of them, and some of them I can finally remember, but everyone up there is named either Dan or Mike, so when I'm ever in doubt, I just kind of use one of those, because there's 5 Dans and 8 Mikes, so just kind of go with that. Yeah. Same hole. Let's not play it like a donk this time. I'm gonna play it back again. Just remember to curl it this time. I'm gonna use yeah, right about there. 12. I think we're gonna Jesus, just freaking trees. We're gonna go 14 and a half rings. 5, 10, 14. There's some of these holes we're playing on the iPhone. You get these visual spots where there I couldn't zoom in any closer. Oh my God, that was so bad, and so it makes it really hard to make your adjustments back there. I'm not sure why it won't. there are just certain ones like with these big elevation drops that you just can't zoom in on. So when I'm trying to make those adjustments there, it makes it really difficult to do. And then from the other side, there's that freaking tree in the way. And yeah, I apparently under-adjusted it quite significantly there. You see, he's having the same problem. He can't zoom in anymore on that. He didn't get that tree in the way like I did. We're going to have to hope that he misadjusts it as well and catches that back rough or toast. He caught a great right also. Yeah. There's some of these holes where you just, for whatever reason, they get these weird visual stuff. Yeah. Played from the second tee, different from third. Driver shootout. I play the driver shootout here if I'm doing it with headwind, and I've been playing it at 40. Full backspin thorn. Like we did like from the second tees, I played it with the quarterback at a plus 40 in the tournament, I think. Because it was a min plus 20 was how I was playing it. So that would be a plus 40 thereabouts. And I've been playing plus 40 min from the third tees and the shootouts on this one. We're going to play a slice shot here. Should work out nicely. So 10 rings is just right there. And 15. Oh, it's going to catch the trap. Oh, God. I should have played it up further. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Oh, I got to pull my head out of my ass here. 40% driver. Yeah, so that's how I've been playing it. You won't have as much backspin with the Thor's 5 as the 6, I believe. But I've been playing with headwind on that last shootout hole. I've been playing it plus 40 at min, and it's been working out pretty nicely. All of the new ones, actually, all the new shootout holes, if you have an opportunity, if you have headwind, I've been playing almost all of them at plus 40 with a ton of backspin down close to the pin, and it's been crazy how all of them have been basically plus 40. I mean, it's way downhill, but for all of them to basically end up playing exactly the same as Wild. Yeah, and our opponent's going to make us pay here with a great drive. Why was I not playing that deeper? Sometimes I just am bad. And our opponent here is making me look even worse. Killing me. Oops. I severely under-adjusted there, so I was trying to release early, but not that early. I thought about that after I'd adjusted, so I wanted to hit great left, but good left will do. Thanks on the congrats on the blues, buddy. Yeah. Look, we had a Lombardi here, and it was amazing, but we've never had the cup, and the city is just ready to erupt. We've never even been this far in, 49 years, so. Nerve-wracking. All this time off is really killing me. It's been such a long layoff. Hey, Andy, after the chicken video and... Oh, did you play on somebody on their stream, Andy? I saw some of that going on in the chat, the Tink Tink chat. All right, let's see. We're going to go mid -10 and offset right about there. Take off 1.4 and play it as a 12.9 at mid. It's going to be 5.8. See if we can send this to a shootout with a save. That was a lot of wind, though. Ooh, just under adjusted it. Bummer. Let's see if he'll give us a third. 3 days off for it. Yeah, I've got a 4-day weekend this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Life's been crazy, and to have 4 days off in a row is much needed to recharge the batteries here. But I mean, I think the Bruins are going to end up having 11 days off between the end of their series with Carolina and then Game 1 on Monday, and the Blues are going to end up with 6 days off because they finished up their series on Tuesday. So to have that extended layoff in the finals is crazy. I mean, it's cool. I'll take it, but you know, it gets you out of your rhythm a little bit, unfortunately. But you know, your bodies are so banged up that the layoff can really do you some good. So we're just going to lay up here for the rough bump, just kind of blast it. The only thing you want to watch out for in this one is not to get too deep on that first fairway, because it'll shoot your ball down, so you want to kind of keep it back. It'll shoot it down into the trap if you land too far forward on that, because it's a downslope at the end. Warriors don't play till Thursday. Yeah, how long? Oh, did they? What they lost? Like, I can't remember. They lost 1 game or so. Matt, am I a math whiz? A little bit of one. I wouldn't say a whiz anymore. Math was always my favorite subject growing up, and my first go around at college, straight out of high school, I was math and education major. I want to be a math teacher, so a bit of a math whiz. Yeah, that's kind of why I really like playing this game. Let's see what our opponent does here. I'm interested to see if he makes it. He'll stay in the bunker, but he's safe. So when I realized how much math was involved, it actually greatly upped my enjoyment of this game. When I realized that I can do all this, it was kind of, it's knowing what I know now about the game and how long I just messed around playing it just for fun and not realizing how intricate it was is kind of mind-boggling. 1.2, we're going to play this as like a 13.5 at a max. But going down on the trap, we're going to take some off and then adjust back up a touch. Great. So it's kind of like maybe I'll have a chance of coming back down that hill. It was like almost. That's kind of why you want to have your guideline going past the hole there. It'll give you a second chance coming back down that hill. So my aha moment when I was just kind of dicking around in the lower levels of the game, not really understanding how intricate it was. I can't even remember where it was. It might have been on Reddit or something, or Facebook. I'm not really sure where I ended up seeing it. But I saw someone had made a comment about how at a sniper is 100% accurate at the higher levels, and that means that the rings are 1-to-1, and that was just oh my God, if I look at the accuracy, that's how I can figure out how much I need to adjust for the wind. I was just kind of eyeballing everything playing everything by feel. Great stuff from our opponent. And when I realized that, oh, that's a 3-game sweep. Wow, I got destroyed. When I realized that could apply to all the different clubs, and I realized, I basically was like, oh, that's how I know how much to adjust for the wind. And I started just playing. I didn't have a wind chart or anything. I was just playing entirely by feel, all the way up until Tour 11, where I just kind of, clans weren't in play then, so I only had one bag, and so I had my one bag that I knew every club inside and out, and I knew, based on their accuracy and my play with them, how much to adjust for the various winds on every single different hole, just in my head. And it upped my enjoyment, and obviously it upped my gameplay so much, like just understanding basically the ring system and figuring it all out on my own. And then I had maxed Tour 10, but I couldn't really crack Tour 11. The winds had just gotten so insane in Tour 11, and at the time Tour 11 was the highest tour as well, so that's where all of your sharks were just swimming everywhere. And Tour 12 opened. I gave in and printed out a wind chart, and clans opened up, and I was able to have multiple bags, and I maxed Tour 11 shortly thereafter. But up until that point, I had just been playing by feel, and with all the numbers just in my head, and I loved it. So that's still why I'm #Team No App. I don't have anything against the apps. If you play with them, I don't care. It's just playing. I like this game because of the math. I like being able to do that stuff in my head, and it's a challenge and keeps me on my toes, in addition to utilizing it in a manner that is fun for me. It's the best. I love it. You take the accuracy. So when I was doing that, I took the accuracy. So it was, okay, I knew that a sniper at 100% accuracy was one ring per mile an hour of wind. So then I would look at the accuracy on all my clubs. So it was, I just worked out in my head that essentially the extra mile that I was using at the time, it was around 50%. So I would say, okay, well then the one ring there is 2 miles an hour, or say like the thorn or something like that. I basically just had it in my head for each hole, kind of what it worked out to, and I was able to play all the way up in max Tour 10 just doing that. Getting the hole. Wow, our opponents are just burying everything. Do I think the game's harder now with everybody having apps? No, MBS, the game's harder because of all the cheating. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's harder. It is, right in between clubs. That's a bummer. With this amount of tailwind, that's all right. We're going to play this one by feel. We want it to land right where it's at. Let's see. Just knowing what I do. 7.5. We're going to play as an 8.2 at max. Just a touch of curl. That sucks that I can't see the line to see where it's lining up, so we're just kind of playing blind here, but just a touch more curl. With everybody having apps, it puts you at a disadvantage if you don't, but that disadvantage you can overcome with skill and knowledge of the game. Knowing how a hole plays and being able to plug it into an app are certainly something that will help you, but like just knowing the holes, knowing the shootouts, knowing how they react is more important than any app can possibly convey to you. Like, you know, you have to still have to plug those numbers in there, but there are ways to overcome everything. I mean, it I would certainly say that it puts players, like the crosshairs are one thing that I would definitely say are a big advantage if you're able to have those, because then you know you're guaranteed making the adjustment, you know, perfectly online. So I'd say that's a bigger disadvantage than, say, the wind that you can use, like the wind ones, because, you know, using the take shot button is accurate, of course, and I've actually seen myself playing on someone else's stream that had crosshairs before. Like, I went back and watched it on their stream, and my adjustments were, you know, they weren't perfectly on the center of the screen, but you could tell that they were very much, you know, going straight up and down. I was, you know, consistently making a perfect adjustment, but that's something that you're not really sure of unless you've got those crosshairs there. I'm not going to hook this one. I'm just going to play it as a full curl. You know what? Since he's in the rough, I'm going to use a spin 3 ball. EM 2 per ring, so 10 miles an hour. Wind, you adjust 5. Yeah. Sorry. You know, sometimes I'm explaining things and it makes sense in my head, but it doesn't always make sense the way it comes out to other people. You know. Oh, he'll have a decent shot here. He won't even have to overpower it. He can just play a full backspin, rough iron up there. You know, different people learn in different ways. So when you're trying to explain stuff like the ring system to people, or just trying to explain to someone like I was just doing, just the way that I play the game, it all makes sense in my head, but sometimes the way it comes out is kind of nonsensical, if that makes sense. So, you know, if you ever have any questions about something that I'm saying, or the way that I'm explaining something, just, you know, feel free to type it up in the chat, and I can see if I can phrase it differently or figure out a different way to make my point. Or if you're catching this replay afterwards, then you know, feel free to leave a comment on the video. And all right, we want it to land right about there. And 9.8 and a max, but we don't want to catch that rough, so we're gonna leave it about 5. Yeah, just over 5 rings should be good, and maybe a touch of a curl. This one I always get really close, but it never really drops, so maybe we'll get a drop here. I think it's gonna come too far to the right. Yeah. Always get that one really close, but never quite in. Playing it off that back slope like that. Yeah, never use the apps. Yeah, that's you know, like I said, I don't have anything against them. You know, more power to you if you use them. I have nothing against it. I just prefer to play like this. Like I was explaining earlier, I like crunching the numbers in my head. I like doing all that myself. And yeah, it does mean that occasionally I screw it up, but then I know it's all on me. And you know, if I screw it up, then I screw it up. Fuck this damn hole again. Hopefully we get some headwind and I can, no headwind. Jeez. I mean, he wishes he didn't have a Zerker on now. Let's see how Kofefe is doing. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. That's kind of just how I've always pronounced it. 570. Ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play over on this side before. I'm interested to see if he adjusts back into Goliath. No? Okay. We'll see. Right in the trap. Yeah, this one is... Everyone still seems to be trying to figure this one out when we get wind like this. I didn't have any like real big tailwinds with this one like at all last week. We're gonna like we're gonna place a 14 at a mid, I think. Like 7 and a touch, and remember to curl it this time like I didn't do the last couple times. There we go. Okay, let's see how that does. Alright, our landing position looks good. Coming in. That's kind of the line that we want to take. So, a little bit, maybe 1 bar backspin and a little bit more curl or a little bit more side spin there when we're playing with tailwind like that. That's definitely the line we want to take, because if it comes in, from right to left, then it kind of funnels down towards the pin. Mr. Bolton helped you out also, Johnny. Yeah, good player. I like just stopping by his streams. It's always entertaining. All right, we're just gonna lay up here off of that pad for a short iron. It's gonna play way downhill. Perfect. There we go. Apps are digital versions of the printed out windshield. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Everyone should just do like I used to do and do it all in their heads, right? That would save everybody. No paper needed. No, you save money because you don't need the apps, right? Everyone wins. No, just kidding. That's ridiculous. Especially when the wins just get to be so absurd. It's kind of rare that you see someone playing this tour with an extra mile 8. Most people are playing this with Thors or an Apocalypse. I did play a lot of it with an extra mile when I first started. But then when we got multiple bags, that changed the whole game. Let's see if we can get this one to go. We gotta go way deep here. And left and do plus 15, 1.4. We're gonna add 1 point. We're gonna add 2.1. And play, holy smokes, yeah. 2.1, 16.5 at a mid. We're gonna play 7.1 rings. Great, right? That's definitely going to come in right. I would almost guarantee it. Yeah, just a touch. Perfect. Could have been good there. Unlucky. Bad play. Got to hit that perfect. Oof, this is a tricky one. Yeah, just should be safe. Should be a safe play here. I would almost play it further out to the left. If you hit it great right, then you risk finding the trap. And just play it safe, play it out to the right, and use some curl. Oh no, they're gonna have to use. Yeah, could be in trouble here with a great right shot, especially with. Holy smokes. Yeah, let's see. I was going to wager that finds a trap. Does it? Yes. Matt asks, how do you adjust for wind offset? Is it feel? It is. There's kind of a method to the madness. Generally speaking, a lot of your second shots are going to be with a sniper, or a lot of your shootouts are going to be with a sniper. My general rule of thumb is kind of after you do, say it's a downhill shot, so after the over adjustment. So if it's a 5 mile an hour wind and you're adjusting, say plus 10%, so you're playing it as a 5.5, that you want the 5.5 number to be the number that you're trying to offset. And the basic rule there is 1 square on the green for every 5 miles an hour of wind is how much you want to offset. It's not always the case, but that works out pretty well for your sniper shots. Short irons and other ones are a little bit different. Like the full backspin thorn shot, it's very much a feel thing. Where's the clap? Oh, well, they're gone already. The full backspin thorn shots, and that's the next question coming in. So the offset for my thorn shots, I'm basically only looking at, so on this account where I've got the Thor's Hammer level 8, it works a little bit better because you've got the full ball guideline coming back. With my other account, I'm basically only looking at the second bounce. The second bounce on my thorn shots is a general rule of thumb. For a max, you want to go about 4 squares deep with the second bounce on the green. For a medium, about 2, and for a min, like just barely past it, if at all. And then, depending on whether you've got headwind or tailwind, that number can increase or decrease. So if you've got let's take a look at this replay here. I don't think it's going to be a full replay because I didn't hit the take shot button, but if we're looking at, so let's look here. It's not going to be a full replay, but here, since it's a medium and because of the back slope, I don't want to bounce it that far past. Plus with this but with the headwind, you do want to go past. So there are a lot of things at play here. So with a wind like that, at a medium distance, I'm playing it offset like well to the left. So for there, like at a medium, it's going to be about 1 square for every like 7.5 miles an hour wind. So that's about 2 left. The second bounce should be like 2 squares deep and 2 squares to the left for that shot. If that makes sense. If you're on the 19th hole page, Facebook page, I posted a condensed video of my stream from the other day where you can see the full setup for a thorn shot. Or if you just want to look at my stream from the other day, it was the hole right after the sky cam happened against Jared from the Fusion clan. If you're scrolling through, you can see my full setup play is that exact same hole, and you can see the full setup that I used for my thorn shot there, for the full backspin thorn for the second shot on that Maple Bay hole, which is a tournament hole, and depending on the wind, we'll either be driving the green or laying up for that exact shot, that thorn shot. So if that's something you want to check out, then that is basically how I play my thorn full backspin shots. I'm going to play this one last hole to grind out my pin chest and then be done for the morning. You can hear my foster puppies whining, maybe. I'm not sure if you can hear that in the background, but we've got 2 foster puppies and they've been napping all morning. So thank you to Crankin for subscribing to the channel. I'm assuming you're in here right now, so thanks for subbing, buddy. So the puppies are whining right now. I hope that made sense when I was explaining the thorn shots. Colm Hutchinson, I assume Colm is how that's pronounced. If that makes sense. If not, leave me a comment and I'll try and get back to you. But if you see my setup play for that one from the other stream, that'll help you. But second bounce is the one that you're looking at for the most part. If you've got the Thorn 8, then you can use the ball guideline quite a bit more. But if not, then I'm judging based entirely on the second bounce. Offsetting deep, offsetting right, one or the other. I don't think I'm going to need a kata here. So, I'm going to go sniper. I'm going to offset the red ring here to great proof this shot. And then use, go plus 20%, plus 2.4, 13.9, 14.3 is going to be 13.3. I need about one more ring, just a little less. And then quite a bit of curl. Good thing we great proofed it. Hopefully that's okay. Nope. Awful. Just awful. No, we're not. Are they in the rough, I think? Oh. They're in the rough. Okay. So we should be able to MBS, whatever the wind is with a thorn, cut it in half for the green squares. The squares, so the squares that you offset are basically left or right, depending on, well, or you've got the offset left, right, and the offset deep. So how deep you go is dependent on, well, both of them are dependent on mid, max, and headwind, tailwind, crosswind. Great, right? We'll be fine there. So it's kind of just like, it is very much a feel thing. So if you've got the thorn, okay, let's say like that shot, let's say we have the same shot that we had last time. So, but we'll put it as just a strictly a crosswind. So for that one, it was a medium distance. So I want the second bounce to be 2 squares on the green deep. And we'll say it was a 14 mile an hour crosswind. So at a mid, so we've got it 2 squares deep, and then the second bounce will be, it was a plus 15%. So we added 2.1. So that was like 16.1 rings, right? Or 16.1 miles an hour. So I would offset that like 2.5, maybe 3 even. It's kind of like 1 for every like 7.5 miles an hour of wind. But it's just kind of, it really is a lot about feel, like, because each green is going to react just a little bit differently, and over or under adjusting, it's going to be, there's all kinds of stuff going on with them, and it's something that how I'm explaining it might not work for you. That's how I play it, but different people have very different styles of how they play this game. I need to do some math here. We're going to go plus 10%, 1.3, 14.4, and we were going at a 1.2. So 10 is going to be 12. 14.3, so 10 is 12, and then 2 is 14.4. See how that does. Not going to get there. Too much backspin. It really is just very much a feel thing. But the thing that you want to be looking out for as you're working through it is that second bounce. Work on that. Figure out what's working for you on those holes, where you need to place that second bounce if you're going to be playing those. You don't always have to play the thorn as a full backspin shot either. There are going to be times where you can't do that because of the way that you're set up attacking the green, or just because of the way the green's set up, or because it's too far. So if you're at a max already and you can't get it up there, then my other way to play a thorn is just using 3 backspin, and then the third bounce, generally speaking, will, at a max distance, the third bounce with 3 backspin should be in the cup, and then you offset from there. So hopefully that helps. Oh, huge headwind here. All right. We're gonna full right, and we're gonna go like 3 back. And we're gonna say that that's already 1.5 squares, and play as a plus 30, 3.7, 16 at min. We're already at 1.5 squares. 16 at min is 7.5. We're at 1.5, so we need 6 more. And a little bit of right curl. It should come back down the hill and sit really nicely for us to within... Oh, come on, come back down. Like a touch less backspin, and that might have been really solid. So that was a plus 30% adjustment at minimum distance with the thorn there. And you're going to want to use full right spin and a little bit of right curl, because you want it to run up on the green to the right and then funnel back down. So just a little bit less backspin there, and it would have come back down and been within a yard. So see, they're using way too much. Way too much. They're not familiar with this, and that's a misadjustment. This is not going to go well unless I'm completely misreading this. This shot is going to be horrible. Yeah. I did not misread that. That was not a good shot. All right. I hope that I was able to answer y'all's questions in a way that makes sense. If not, feel free to hit me up on Facebook or leave a comment here, and I'll get back to you. I'll be back hopefully Monday, streaming some expert qualifying rounds stuff. I'm off on Monday, so hopefully I can do that. It'll likely be early in the morning again. Kind of a morning person, so hopefully I'll see you back here. Hopefully I can get the stream going and not have too much lag, and be able to help you guys get through your expert tournament fields. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Hope you learned something. Hope I was able to explain stuff in a way that made sense. It makes sense in my head, but like I said, sometimes it comes out and it's just a little bit nonsensical to whoever's listening. And people learn in different ways, and people play this game a lot of different ways. So find your style, find what works for you, and best of luck out there. We'll see you back here on Monday.